What's up, guys? Time for another video. And yeah, I have so many ideas for videos and everything else too, that what I do is either take my other phone that's actually for calling, that I have my camera phone that's kind of battered up that I do these videos on, and I put in my pocket and my calling phone. But anyway, in my other phone, I give text to myself instead of writing down on paper to remind me of stuff that I want to talk about. Yeah, one of the stuff that I wrote in my notes that I've been seeing repeatedly in the news, but these people that got everything going for them, they're doing well. Everybody from sports stars to anybody. Well, I want to direct this to other things that you guys that are living other places across the country for me, or other places that say that's making similar things that's making your news that maybe I ain't seen, but say I Google it and there's similar things happening. And not to force a religion down on anybody's throat, but I do read different philosophies. And I'm showing you in the beginning of this video, and I'll show it at the end of this video too, a philosophy that I've got, the Testament of Solomon, that you should be paying attention to. And even if whatever you believe or don't believe in, this should be a metaphor. And plus this other mythical demonic thing, that whether you say it's just folklore, if you're an atheist, or if it's your I had influences with both black and white people. You know, when as a kid, my mother went to churches that were all black and white people that both were strongly spoken, did this crazy praying in tongues falling on the ground, and this to a point where it was creepy that, you know, people did it for attention, casting out demons. But at the same time, you know how you don't disbelieve and you wonder that even if you're an atheist, that if a certain kind of behavior gets into somebody, that even if you're an atheist, there's something in there that will transform somebody into a bad way, like a virus, or you can say it's a psychological, scientific thing. Yeah, then more power to you. Use these demons as a metaphor, or you know what I mean. But so that's why in my philosophy, without pushing anything on anybody, I have this pun you can use as a humorous kind of way. You can be serious or take it any way you want. That anything metaphoric does indeed have potential to become metamorphic. And then some, you know, sicknesses and different things that people behave in, they ruin their whole careers. It can turn into a thing or a demon that even literally, you know, back to them. You know, if you want to Google these other people that had exams, psychological exams, and had these claims. But I myself, there's something ain't right. Why are these people with these careers, everything going for them, running their lives? They can have anybody they want, you know, even if somebody marries them for their money, they're going after these young girls and these different things. Lose their whole reputation and their careers, all this money, and just down the tubes. And then we had somebody that made our news. He was a hero and everybody wanted to help him for all. Is he a firefighter or a cop? That he had his arm blown off with when he was doing pyrotechnics or fireworks. And I don't think he probably would have been qualified enough, I think, too. You do not want to see that happen to anybody, you know. He was once everybody running to help him. Then all of a sudden, he makes a mistake going online. How he managed to do that online? Something else make him do it? That he could have said, "Get the hell out of here." If you want to be religious. If you're black or white, if you're a person who's black or white watching, if there's anything you want to say, "Demon, get your bitch ass out of here now," you know, or because you're going to ruin your marriage or whatever. The guy got his arm balloon off, you know, in an accident. Everybody waiting to help him, and all of a sudden online, you know, and he was caught. He had red-handed as far as texts, lost his whole marriage, and it become disgraced. Which there's a chance to repent if you realize, if you want to say some devil made you do it and do a repent and say you're sorry, there's still hope, depending on, even though I can't stand certain kind of religions, certain types of Christianity, it's hypocrites. I got respect for some of it. That Even if I'm an asshole, and I swear sometimes, say you have maybe a way to redemption, do something before your last. But anyway, there's this thing of somebody lost. If I always say that a thing, if you lost your arm, why waste your life doing stuff like that? You should have been hanging around with war vets that lost their appendages and trying to make friends, and do things like that. Do something good for humanity, which if a person makes a mistake, yes, they can still go do that. Do something for the war vets, and hey, until your dying day, do something, redeem yourself. But my point is, yeah, I'm trying to, just because I say this, I'm trying to be fair and say, there's no forgiveness, and you fuck up. The move of card somebody should play is get known for something before they die. Some people don't repent. But my thing is, I'm looking at this and tell people, beware. I don't care what you're an atheist or you're a whatever occultist. I have crossover beliefs that I don't outright tell everybody right away, you know what I mean? But there's some shit that ain't right, that it kind of crosses over. Like, you want to read the occult agreement of the two testaments, how certain aspects of things are so tightly knit together. Some people don't want to go there, but that book literally unravels things about Ezekiel and the book of Revelation. If you study these philosophies and you want to read the apocryphal books, but yeah, them things in that Testament of Solomon, if you want to use it as a metaphor, or if you're religious some kind of way, more power to you. Matter of fact, if there's certain Christians and believers, or I don't care if you're somebody that bandwagon occult shit, that you're rebelling against your mommy and daddy with these other isms, and you should look at these this Testament of Solomon as a philosophy. Or if you're a Christian, don't tell any of your other Christian buddies that'll judge you. Go ahead and read it, because it's like a big metaphor. And these books talk about how, if you want to say this Testament of Solomon is mythical, these when I showed you in this page why I believe about this, and you want to use it as a metaphor, it also speaks of these 7 demons, whether you want to say it's whether you say it's mythical or not, that they later in Solomon had them sealed up in these jars, almost like it almost ties together coincidentally with these Arabian myths where these genies and these evil things were locked in bottles that you should never let go. Then there are some people that have that traditional thing where, I don't know, there's like the genie in a bottle about getting 3 wishes, but yet people say that's evil. People are talking about these other kind of things, you can have, and then there's these things later on that they want to say in a separate video. Remember how Bewitched Samantha from Bewitched, the guy that played Darren, kind of hurt his back and he got addicted to painkillers. But anyway, yeah, Samantha, they're introducing witchcraft. It's just a sitcom, and all that. But then there was the thing too, remember the I Dream of Jeannie TV show? People are probably saying, that's genies, they're evil, that's, all that. And even though it's just a sitcom, for fun, but anyway, yeah, Solomon with that magic ring, he was able to bind these demons and all that. 7 of them very dangerous ones sealed into these jars. But then later on, when the next invasion came and the temple was looted, supposedly, it is said that them jars have been broken. And if you believe whether that's just a myth, or maybe during those biblical times when a temple was destroyed, maybe there really, if you have these beliefs or wonder about these things, if there was real jars that were broken and them things are still around, causing trouble, wreaking havoc in the world. But yeah, if you have influences that if you were a kid in them churches and different things, where, like I said, like when I was watching Glenn Danzig being interviewed on Jonesy's Jukebox, and he was asked about ghosts and spirits and demons, and he goes, well, I don't disbelieve. See, I'm like Glenn Danzig that way, and you can be too. You want to be a far out evolution or atheist and say, that ain't nothing, Or if you happen to just read stuff anyway, you know, you're not saying you believe, you're not saying you disbelieve, but yet there's so many things that are metaphors, you know. And you got to wonder, for good or for bad, could anything metaphoric be metamorphic? Well, I just happen to say this because I was watching William Shatner last night. You know, you got that new series, and it's like, you know, you want to wonder if any of that stuff is real or not, but you want to put it into a metaphor because of what's going on in the world. And if you want to believe that something invisible, shape-shifting, or mischievous thing is actually doing something, who knows? And again, say if you're something but evolution person or atheist person don't believe any of that real, there could be scientific reasons where something like that, it's not real, but it grows in somebody's head. And if it lives in somebody's head and you want to compare it to, scientifically, to a parasite or almost like a virus, so to speak, you know, say like introducing a virus into your computer system, and that thing that you try to use gets resistant to any antivirus, and you've got to keep updating your firewall and your antivirus. And whether somebody tries to introduce something to you metaphorically, or even you want to say literally, demon or virus, through another person that wants to egg you on or to do some kind of crap, whether it's on the internet telling you shit, or a real life person telling you shit, or walking by and telling you shit to try to egg you on and hope you do something. People even you don't know from Adam saying shit, that, you know what I mean? They want to introduce a virus, and they want to introduce that's how you can believe in curses, even though you're not even, you can be an atheist and believe in curses, because if you got somebody that doesn't believe in anything at all, how people will try to egg people on to do stuff, they're introducing a virus. It's not a curse like a religious people say, so to speak, but there's a scientific, and there's even things that people want to you're wondering about radio signals changing people's behavior of animals and people, that you're finding proof that some of that might be real, you know, and look it up. That's what I'm saying.